Hey everyone, it's Gardener Ellie here at Cambridgeport School, and today I thought we would talk a little bit more about what living things need to survive and grow, and take a look to see what sort of things our plants need right here in the garden. So let's go ahead and take another look. Let's take a close observation of this plant. So this is a very happy plant. But let's think more about why and what a plant needs to be able to survive and grow. So what do you notice about this plant's habitat? So something I notice is that this plant seems to be growing out of the soil right here. And if I take a bit of this soil and take a feel, it feels very spongy and wet. And if I squeeze it, there's actually some water that pops out of the soil. So I wonder how wet soil may help this plant to survive. What other things do you notice? Let's take a close look at this plant. So this little one right here is a new young plant that has just popped out of the soil. And I wonder how this small young plant maybe looks different from some of our older plants. So let's take a look at some of the older plants that we have in the garden here. How do you think plants change over time? So let's talk a little bit more about how plants change over time and what sort of things that our plants need to be able to grow from young plants to big, strong adult plants. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take some close look at some special seeds and plant them in the garden. And then over the next couple of weeks, we're going to keep visiting our seeds to see how they might change in the garden. So come on with me and let's go and plant some seeds. Now let's first take a close observation of our seeds that we have. So what sort of color or shape do you see? And what else do you notice about our seeds? Now if I touch our seeds using gentle hands, I observe that it feels very smooth and kind of hard. What else do you notice about our seeds? And now I have a question for you all. Do we think seeds are alive? And what do you think will happen when we plant them in the garden? So here we have a nice big patch of the garden that we will plant our seeds in. And now these seeds are bush bean seeds. So they're a type of bean plant. And so hopefully after we plant our seeds, we will get some nice young bush bean plants starting to grow. So what we have to do to start that process is we need to make some little holes in the ground to put our seeds in. So now I'm just going to use my finger and I'm going to make some small shallow holes in our garden, just like this. Let's see, how many seeds do I have? So I have 5 seeds, so I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes. And now we're going to pop 1 seed into each hole. And after we do that, we're going to cover up our seeds. That hole was a little deep, so I'm making it a little more shallow. We're just going to cover up our seeds so that they're underneath the soil. There we go. Now our seeds are in the soil, but there's one more thing that we need to do to make sure that our seeds will grow. And I wonder if it's something that you have already observed that all of our plants need in the garden. And what that is water. So right now we're going to water our seeds and make sure the soil is nice and damp. So you ready? Now that our seeds are safely tucked away into the soil, I'm really excited to see how they do over the next couple of weeks. So we will continue to observe them and see what we might notice about how our seeds change over time. And I'm really, really excited, and I hope that they will grow to be nice big bush beans for us. And so now for our next lesson, we're going to plant some more seeds, but this time inside. And that's going to be really interesting because then we can compare how our seeds might grow both in the garden outside as well as in a pot inside. So I hope you're excited to start growing all of these plants with me, and I will see you in our next lesson. Bye everyone!